How's it going? Things you see in the morning when you're getting coffee. Good morning, everybody. Hello everybody. It's the daily vlog. It's my second vlog channel, the daily vlog. Get up here, Sally. Put her up and away, out of the way, so you can see me on this rainy Florida, Central Florida day. Did you see that guy on the bicycle? Now, you see a lot of strange things in Florida. You see a lot of strange things across the country, but Florida specifically, lots of strange things. There's this guy that you've seen on the bicycle that rides around pretty much. I've seen him in Daytona. I've seen him in St. Augustine. I've seen him in Jacksonville. I've seen him in Orlando, Kissimmee, here in Lakeland. I've seen him up by Wildwood. He travels all over Central Florida in the rain and the sunshine on that bike, spreading his good word. Whatever that word is, he's spreading it. And he's not the only one. Let me put my coffee over here. Let it cool. Hey, when you guys go to get coffee, sometimes isn't it just a little bit too hot? I know these ones are. But I have noticed, instead of having the cup, the slider things on so you can grab the cup, a lot of places, including Mickey D's, makes the cup a little bit thicker. So down here is the normal cup, and then they added like a comfortable handle so your hands just don't get burnt. It doesn't stop it from burning the tongue, but it makes it manageable to where you can hold it in your hand for a couple minutes before having to switch hands again to let this hand cool off a little. The cup's a little bit thicker, a little bit better. But what I was talking about is, not only is there this guy on the bicycle, which was amazing to see him here as I was getting my coffee, because I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time. I don't deliver my load until 3 p.m. and then I leave here, Central Florida, head back up north, back up to Ohio, out of the Sunshine State, which today isn't so sunny. It is springtime and summer. That's our rainy season here in Florida. But not only do you see him, there's another gentleman that I've seen on A1A from Jacksonville all the way to Miami, and then sometimes he'll cut across I-4 heading towards Disney, Universal, and downtown Orlando, and sometimes here in Lakeland. And he walks with a pair of like diapers on, and he's like nailed, but he's not nailed, but it looks like he's nailed, carrying a giant cross on his back, drags it for I don't know how many miles a day, but that's all he does. He walks from coast to coast, up and down the state, dragging a 15-foot cross with his arms connected to it. It's pretty amazing. People, things they do for their beliefs, and to push their beliefs on you, or at least let you know what they believe. And maybe you want to believe what they believe. Maybe you do believe what they believe. And you want to show your support. You know, maybe people like that could use a little bit of cash too, because I don't think those guys have jobs. I don't know what they do for a living. Like this gentleman on the bicycle, I don't know how he generates revenue. I just see him every time I come home. He's somewhere. He's somewhere. He could be 50 miles from here, and I'll say, hey, here he is in Lakeland, Florida, in a parking lot of a McDonald's, heading out on a rainy day. Pretty cool. It's neat to see that stuff. I don't know. That's what makes it's what's the song, Fruitcakes? That's what makes the world go round. There's a little bit of fruitcake in each and every one of us, and those people definitely have a little bit of fruitcake in them, which is awesome. Okay, so today's daily vlog on a rainy day, it's just me talking to you, getting coffee, showing you people like that. But I have been playing with this. Let me get this. Move my trash out of the way. Where are you at, Mickey? I'll show you a little bit of this. I'll show you something pretty cool that I showed in a vlog the other day as I purchased it. I've had a chance to play with it a little bit. And in my youth, when I was smaller, especially when I was 5 or 6 or 7 years old, I used to lay in bed with my Viewmaster, checking out like the Peter Pan Viewmaster cards and stuff like that, and the three-dimensional stuff, the Winnie the Pooh and all that crazy stuff, all the fun stuff we had when we were kids. And I would lay there, and it was like I was in the story. You know, your imagination just goes crazy, and it's like you're part of Winnie the Pooh. Or you're part of this three-dimensional Peter Pan thing. Just the stuff your mind thinks of when you're a young kid. Well, I wanted to relive those memories, and I was up on Route 66 in Illinois the other day, and I hit an antique shop, and I found an old Mickey Mouse Viewmaster. It's not as old as I thought it was. 1980. That's still pretty old. I was just starting high school. So I was, what, 15, 14, 13 or 14 in 1980? I don't know. It was like 50 years ago. But it's still pretty old. It's not... when I seen it in the rack, I thought, wow, maybe that's 1971, 72 Mickey Mouse Viewmaster. I wasn't sure. Because it was locked behind glass, I couldn't check out the date. But... and then when I got it, see, there's Mickey. I was looking all over for the date. Where's the dates? Where's the information on this Viewmaster? It's in Mickey's ear. So it is a 1980 Viewmaster. Let's see here. And this one was specifically created by the Walt Disney Company and I think Mattel. No, this is characters from the Walt Disney Company. Viewmaster. Created in Portland, Oregon. Not in China. Portland, Oregon. So this is pretty neat. It was a pretty neat find. It came with one disc in it. What disc was it? Dungeons and Dragons. A Dungeons and Dragons disc. Pretty cool. And they ended up giving me quite a few other ones. So it was pretty cool. And then what I started doing is putting it against the brand new Viewmaster I just got that Google and Mattel made together. Look at that. Look how awesome this Viewmaster is. This is the brand new 2015 or 2016. That's what year this is. Google Cardboard Mattel. I guess that's what the M stands for. Viewmaster. And side by side, let's go to the backs. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. Similar. Same, but different. Same, but different. And I noticed that this has the brand new one has a much wider, it's like it's all open inside. It's a much wider viewing angle, 360 degrees, all crazy virtual reality. This was the virtual reality when I was younger. But when you're looking inside, it's a much smaller, like little square viewing area. I forgot about these. I have not used one of these in so many years. What's on Mickey's ear? Piece of tape? There was tape on his ear. I couldn't get it all off. But still, look at that. A Mickey Mouse Viewmaster. Classic, 1980. Now, on my deathbed, this is going to go to hopefully one of my grandkids eventually. We'll see. And just a hand-me-down. Maybe I'll give it to my son or something and let him hand it down. But I love this. I love this stuff. There was so many great things, so many Disney artifacts at that specific antique store, and then I never went into antique stores really. But after I left that specific antique store on Route 66, it seemed like every exit, when you look at what's at the exit, what gas stations, what restaurants, and what attractions, usually that's how the signs are set up before you reach a freeway exit. I started noticing almost every single exit had an antique store. It would be on the attraction sign. Antiques, Interstate 55, classic antiques, 5-story antique building, or antiques, acres and acres of antiques. Every exit, I would pass these things. And I'm thinking I'm going to become, and there's the Goodwill people, the thrift store people, the flea market people. I think I'm going to become the antique people, which is kind of the same as thrift people usually. Just the thrift stuff that you would purchase at an antique store cost a little more than you would find at a thrift store. Basically, sometimes it's the same stuff. You can get some really awesome finds at a thrift store. People sometimes don't know what they're throwing away, and but the antique stores, they know what people are throwing away, and so they'll jack the prices up a little bit. But actually, this classic 1980 Mickey Mouse Viewmaster was it was only like $5 more. I paid like $5 more than I actually paid for this Google Cardboard. This was $19. This was $25. So I don't know what the value on this. The value is probably whatever someone's willing to pay for it. I was willing to pay $25 for it. And I think I'm going to start doing that. Start looking at these antique stores for Disney stuff. Classic Disney stuff older than that, definitely. I seen some stuff at that one specific antique store that I definitely want to get. I don't know what I would do with it here in the truck. Maybe box it up, wrap it up, and then save it for when I'm finally out of this truck and have a place to store it. But because once that happens, I don't know how often I'm going to get to be able to travel Route 66 and find some of those old antique stores. Not that we don't have a lot of antique stores down here in Florida. We do. But and actually probably down here in Florida we could probably find a lot of Disney artifacts. I just found out today in the town of Paisley, where I used to live a long time ago before the Villages came in, which is a new housing development community. That's where Walt Disney was originally going to build Walt Disney World. Was up near Paisley, Lady Lake, Florida area, just north of Lady Lake, Florida, and Fruitland Park. He was back in the day, in the late 60s, late 60s, he was actually looking to purchase property in that area. And I think what drew him to that area is that's where a lot of his family's from. That's where a lot of his family's buried. I never knew that. In the town of Paisley, there's an old ghost town it's not even a ghost town anymore. The town doesn't exist. Paisley kind of grew up around that town and kind of took it over. But Paisley itself is a very, very small town. I think we have one store there, one little convenience store that has like 2 gas pumps or something. I don't know. It's very small. And the cemetery there actually has Disney family members buried in there. They were buried there in the late 1800s. Walt Disney's grandparents are actually buried in Paisley at the cemetery where I used to live. Never knew it until today. I just found out about it. So on my next days off, I am definitely going to go there to that cemetery and locate those graves. And because I know there's a marker there that kind of explains how Walt's parents met and how they got married and how this is Walt's grandparents and how they passed away, and then how Walt's grandpa he died before Walt was born, but his grandmother did get to know him a little bit, and Walt probably came here when he was a teenager and a lot, and then and maybe that's why he was actually going to build Disney World in that area before Kissimmee, but I guess he couldn't get certain rights and the state wouldn't grant him water rights or something, I don't know. So that part of Central Florida did not become Walt Disney World, and Kissimmee ended up becoming that area. But his family, he does have family members buried there. So I didn't even know. So there's a little part of Disney history, family history, not far from where I live, like within 15 miles, because I did move from that area a little bit east. So, but I love going there. I love Leesburg, love Lady Lake, love Fruitland Park, love that whole area, and I love Paisley. So I just never knew that history existed. I never knew there was a piece of Disney history right where I live, family history. So I'm going to check that out, and maybe, who knows, maybe they got an antique store there. Maybe I can find some new slides, some Disney family slides. I don't know. What a fun daily podcast, or vlog, not a podcast. But I just wanted to get this off. There's really no content going to be made today. It's raining, dreary. Tomorrow, there is a small roadside attraction, not for the Almost Daily vlog, but it will be on this vlog channel. On my way back up through Georgia, there is something. Is it ducks behind me? No, those are cars. But there's a small roadside attraction that I want to document. I've taken photos of before, but never a vlog. So I want to document that. So you guys have something to look forward to tomorrow on tomorrow's vlog. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Keep this one short, sweet. I just wanted to show you that gentleman that rides that bicycle with all them little trailers behind him, spreading the good word. Show you Mickey Mouse, the Viewmaster, a little bit. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you once again to my Patreon supporters. I